Today I'm going to tell you the truth about how to make money with real estate. All I see on the internet is a bunch of people talking about how you can buy real estate with none of your own money down, how owning a property is so much cheaper than actually renting a property, and how all you have to do is apply for the right program and they basically just give you real estate. Stick with me and I'll let you know if there's actually some truth to this, as well as explain to you how making money in real estate actually works. First, let's talk about if owning a property is actually cheaper than renting a property. This is a controversial one for sure. Now, as a real estate agent, a person who makes money off of helping others buy and sell real estate, and who owns real estate himself, I'm here to tell you that it's going to generally cost you more money to own a property than to just rent. Now, we can mess around with the numbers all we want, but if we're being realistic, we all know deep down that this is true, and this is a big reason why a lot of people actually rent instead of own property. It doesn't cost as much money to find a place to rent versus buying a property. The big argument for saying renting is more expensive than owning is by comparing a home that you're looking to buy to a similar home that you would look to rent. If you do that, then the cost of rent is going to be similar to the cost of the mortgage. However, that's not the reason we choose to rent over buying. The reason we choose to rent over buying is because we can't afford that mortgage, period. So we need a cheaper way to be able to get our own place to live. If you can't afford to pay a mortgage of $2,500, for instance, then you just simply look for a place where you can rent for $1,200. However, good luck finding a place you can buy where the mortgage will only be $1,200. All right, let me show you a quick example of why renting is cheaper than owning property. So let's look in the Humboldt Park neighborhood. Let's look at homes for sale. So this is straight from the MLS. Let's see if we can find a decent one that's, move-in ready. Okay, rehabbed in 2006. Let's see what the mortgage would be for this if you buy it. So it's $260,000. So let's go to mortgage calculator with taxes. For the home price, $260,000. For a down payment, we're gonna need 3.5%. Interest rates, yesterday it was at 7.17%. So let's do that. Now the property taxes, let's see what those are. They are $3,400. So we'll put that in, $3,400, and we're at a total monthly payment of about $2,264. So that means this property will cost you at least $2,264 a month in order to have. However, what if you don't have $2,200? So instead you think about renting. Let's look to see what rentals are available in Humboldt Park. So let's go to residential rental. 33 matches, and boom, you can find a place to rent for $1,200, $1,250, $1,300. So if you're just looking for a place to stay or a place of your own, then you can easily just pay $1,200 to be able to rent versus to buy a home that home price isn't even that high compared to Chicago, where the average right now is $340,000. But for this, you'll have to pay over $2,200. So generally speaking, if you're looking to pay less money a month and looking for a place of your own, it's cheaper to just rent. Another reason renting is cheaper than owning is because you don't need to have as much money saved up when you go to rent a place when compared to buying a place. If you're looking to buy a home, you need to have at least 3.5 of the purchase price saved up for a down payment, as well as have money saved up for the closing costs. When it comes to renting, generally you only need to save up an extra month's rent for the security deposit and you will be able to move in. However, with that said, I believe 100% that everyone should invest in buying real estate because you will be so much better off in the long term. Stick with me and I'll show you why. Stick with me to the end and I'll show you why. Next, let me address all this stuff out there about how you can buy real estate with pretty much none of your own money. In my humble opinion, if you're seriously looking to buy real estate, you need to save up some money. The reason you should save up money to buy real estate is because this is how you can qualify to get the best loans with the lowest interest rates and the lowest mortgage payments. The truth is that if you're going to buy real estate, the money has to come from somewhere. Either it's going to come from you or it's going to come from someone giving it to you. If you plan on getting it from someone else, such as a bank, in order to get the average loan, they're going to require you to put up some of your own money in order to qualify for the best interest rates. Most places will not just give you all the money to buy the home because then you become risky. I mean, what's stopping you from walking away from the property if something goes wrong? You didn't use any of your own money, right? Now, even if you can find someone to give you a loan with none of your own money down, please believe that you're going to have a very high interest rate. No one's going to just take on all of that risk with you not putting any of your own money down without being compensated for it. This means that the monthly payments will then probably be so expensive that the property would no longer be worth it. This is not a strategy that's easy to pull off, especially for someone trying to buy real estate for the first time. Now, they do have programs that offer zero money down for a specific group of people, such as the VA loan for military veterans. Even then, they still have to put down some money for the closing costs. So once again, if you are serious about buying real estate, I suggest that you start saving up some money so you can qualify for the best loans with the best interest rates. There's no one out there who's just going to let you sign some paperwork and simply give you the real estate. You're going to have to pay some money. So how do you make money buying real estate? How are all these people buying real estate and building wealth? Here's the simplest way to explain it. The simplest way to make money in real estate is by buying real estate, holding on to it, and when the value of that real estate increases over time, you as the owner or your wealth increases over time. You gain money or you gain wealth from real estate because the value of the real estate just keeps increasing over the years. You can then get access to that money by either selling the real estate a few years down the road once it's worth more and pocketing the profit, or you can refinance and pull some of the cash out of the equity because once again the property is worth more. Therefore, the reason to buy real estate isn't because the monthly payments are going to be cheaper than renting. The reason you buy real estate is for more of a long-term investment. You don't buy real estate and get the benefits of it immediately. Even with shorter-term investment strategies such as flipping homes, it's going to take at least months for you to be able to profit from that, and that's with a lot of work. Think of real estate as more like a stock. If you want to make money from a stock, you have to buy it, wait for the value to increase, and then you can sell it from there. You can't just buy the stock and immediately profit from it. It takes some time for it to grow in value. To make money from a stock, you have to make that initial investment in order to actually buy the stock. The same thing is true with real estate. You don't get something for nothing. This is how you make money with real estate. Anybody who's bought real estate in 2020 can attest to this. For example, the average home price in Chicago in 2020 was around $300,000. The average home price in Chicago today is $340,000. That means anybody who bought the average home in Chicago probably increased their net worth by $40,000 over 4 years. You just can't get that with renting. Now, if you really want to make money from real estate, on top of earning money from the increase in value of the property, you can also make money by renting out the property as well. This is why I love multifamily property or 2 to 4 unit properties. With the 2 to 4 unit property, you can live in one unit and rent out the other units using that rental income to help you pay for the monthly expenses. Meanwhile, as the owner of the property, you also gain the benefits of the property increasing in value over time. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate, feel free to reach out to me.